Bonnie, are you there? Is everything all right with you? Are you eating properly? Like, actually having a decent meal every day?
Hi, Lauren. Well, I'm all right as I can be. However, as for the food situation, I can't eat, but I don't have much of an appetite at the moment.
I get what you mean, but no matter what the situation's like, you've got to eat something at least. Just so you've got some energy to do things, especially now that you're carrying a child inside you. You need to feed the baby as well as yourself.
I guess you're right. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to make you so worried, Lauren.
It's okay. We can't help what's going on. It's really unfortunate. I never imagined anything like this could happen to this family.
Why did it have to be my husband that went through something like this? We were talking about having a big family together, and we were looking forward to so many things.
It really is such a shame that this has happened to us. My brother's health hasn't always been the best, but I didn't imagine that he'd pass away at such a young age.
What am I supposed to do without him now? He was my strength, and now he's gone. I never thought my husband would lose his life at a time like this. How am I supposed to do this pregnancy without him? And on top of that, he'll never meet his baby.
I'm sure you can't help but feel anxious about the whole situation and having to raise a child on your own. Maybe once you're about to give birth to your child, you could go back to your hometown for help?
Yeah, that was the original plan we discussed together. I plan to return home for the birth as planned.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm going to suggest something to you. Maybe you should move back in with your parents and live in their house.
It's not a bad suggestion, but I've got this house here. There wouldn't be much point in living with my parents.
But are you really going to live in the house and do everything all by yourself with a baby you need to take care of 24/7? Besides, the house will be way too big for just the two of you. It'll be too much to handle.
But still, this is like a keepsake of my husband. We made a lot of memories in this house, and I don't think I'm ready to give that up yet. This is my home. I finally got to have it after all the hard work that's been put towards it.
Of course, but you poor thing, though. Having to do this all by yourself? You'll probably have to go back to work after your maternity leave is over. You won't be able to work like you used to because of the baby. Even though you own such a lovely house, it costs money to maintain. You know that, right?
But if I rented a different place, it would cost me money every month, and there are more worries when it comes to renting. I don't want to have to deal with noise issues or having neighbors complaining about my baby crying in the middle of the night. This house is the one my husband and I decided to buy together, and it means a lot to me. I have a lot of memories here. I can't just leave it. I don't feel like I can give it up and sell it to someone else.
But who said anything about selling it to someone else, Bonnie? I'll take the house off your hands.
You would want the house? I don't understand why you'd want it for yourself, though.
Well, now that things have turned out like this, I think you should go back to your parents' house to get some help. It's really tough doing things on your own. You'd be completely alone. I will take on the responsibility of looking after the house. It's an important keepsake to my brother.
I'm really grateful for your concerns, Lauren, but I still don't feel like giving up the house. It's mine as well.
You do realize I'm thinking of you when I'm saying all these things, right? Owning a house is more difficult than you think, Bonnie. Do you know about taxes and that sort of thing?
My husband and I have an FC who always takes care of us. If anything happens, then I'll go to them for advice. It's fine.
FC? What's an FC? What do they do?
It's short for financial consultant. They help us out with our money and what we need to pay for.
Are you sure they're the right person to go to? You're not being scammed out of your money, are you?
I think it's fine, Lauren. They're a friend of mine. We became friends during our time at university. They've treated me well up until this point.
But I don't really understand that, though. But now that your husband's gone, they might take advantage of you and suck you into something you shouldn't be involved in. I think it'll be safer for you to stay with your parents because they can help with everything.
Even so, I still want to stay in my house. I'm capable of doing a lot of things on my own. It hasn't been that long since we moved into this place. I can't just part from all the memories of my husband that we made in this house yet.
Look, I am sick of you not taking my advice. You need to hurry up and leave that house.
Lauren, are you okay? What's going on here? Why are you pushing this so much?
Okay, Bonnie, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't really want to, but I want to say you're so stubborn and never listen to me. I think it's all your fault that my brother is no longer with us.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you seriously blaming me for the death of my husband? You think it's my fault?
Haven't you been giving my brother a lot of grief recently? If you as his wife truly looked at how he was feeling, he wouldn't have gotten so sick. You should have noticed something was wrong with him because his body looked so thin and weak.
But when he left home in the morning, he looked the same as usual. I heard that he suddenly became ill at work. There was nothing that I could have done about his condition.
There must have been some sort of sign that you didn't see, Bonnie. If you can't even notice changes like that in your husband, then haven't you failed as a wife?
I'm sorry. He said that he felt fine, and I always kept a close eye on him and his physical condition.
I would rather not hear your apologies. Just give me my brother back. I don't even recognize you as his wife anymore. You did nothing to save him. You need to return home and never come back.
I understand that it's something that you're feeling right now. You're right in the sense that I should have kept a closer eye on him. Maybe I could have seen something that would have prevented him from dying, but I didn't. But that's besides the point. I can't let go of this house.
Why are you being so stubborn right now? After everything you've done to this family, how could you act like this?
A house is an important asset, Lauren. My child will suffer if I don't have this asset. I'll protect this house for the sake of my baby.
The house is also a part of my brother. Besides, my parents were the ones that paid for the deposit. You know that, right?
I do know that. There's a reason for them doing that.
Which means that this house truly isn't yours to stay in, especially if my parents helped you both out.
Lauren, my unborn child is also a keepsake of him. His blood will run through this child's veins. Are you going to take a home away from his child? My husband wouldn't want that happening to his unborn child.
Don't you dare use your unborn child as a shield. You're a complete coward. That child doesn't matter to me at all.
You don't care about it? Even though it's your brother's baby, your niece or nephew?
I've got no compassion for the child since it's also half of you as well. I want to see it disappear somewhere along with its mother.
So you want me to disappear so that you can have my house all to yourself? Is that it?
And what's so wrong with taking my brother's things? They should be given to his family, right?
I'm not giving you this house, Lauren. I'm going to protect my husband's things. I'm his family too, and I was his wife. I can't let you do this. So I found that some sort of oil was sprinkled at my front door. You didn't happen to do something like this, Lauren?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Bonnie.
But it must have been you, since I know it was you who put graffiti on my walls the other day. It was super difficult to remove.
Like I said before, Bonnie, I've got no idea who targeted you like that.
Well, you seem to be the only one who wants to get rid of me. You're the one who wants me out of this house.
Is that what you think? Well, if you don't feel safe being there with all those things happening, shouldn't you leave? You better hurry along and go back to your parents' house, no? And give birth to your child there.
And then you intend to take over the house while I go back home, am I right?
That house is mine because he was my brother. I'll inherit all of my brother's things.
As you should know already, the house belongs to his spouse. That's me, Lauren.
You've got no rights when it comes to that house. You're the one who took my brother's life away from him.
You're still going on about that? I never knew that you were so devoted to your younger brother, Lauren.
The love between siblings isn't really something witnessed by a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's not like you or my husband interacted much. It's quite surprising how you're so desperate for my husband's belongings.
If you've got something that you want to say, Bonnie, why don't you just come out and say it?
Fine, I will. You act like you cared a lot about my husband, but all you really want is to steal my house, right?
What's that supposed to mean? Why would I need to steal what's rightfully mine?
This is where we're different, Lauren. I love my husband. I supported him when he was having a difficult time. I'll not give away anything to anyone what my husband and I have worked so hard to obtain. After my husband died, I lost the will to live, but I'll continue to fight to protect this house from your grasp. You're going to fight me over this? Up until the other day, you were acting like such a delinquent by not doing as I say. And I'll continue to be this way. As my due date approaches, I feel like I've gained a lot of strength and want to live for my baby. I've got to fight for what my baby deserves. Oh, so you're just going to treat me like I'm the bad guy? You're the one that took my brother's life away. Indeed, I take responsibility for not keeping an eye on his declining health. I really thought that he was okay, but I guess he wasn't. But the illness that killed my husband was acute. There was nothing anyone could have done to save him. The doctor said that it would have been difficult to predict his chances of living. Don't you dare open up all that crap again. My brother's lifespan had been shortened dramatically because he married a woman like you. A woman like me? What's that supposed to mean? Enlighten me with your thoughts about who I am. You were hardly at home till you got pregnant, weren't you? You told people you were working, but really, you were playing around, no? I wasn't doing any such thing. Are you really accusing me of something I didn't do? We were going to buy a house, so of course I was working hard to earn some money. I didn't have time to do anything else but work. How dare you accuse me of fooling around? Well, I wonder how much of what you're saying is true. Is that child in your stomach even my brother's child, Bonnie? Of course it's my husband's child. Are you kidding me right now, Lauren? I feel so sorry for my brother that he would even try to make a family with someone who lies to everyone. He got caught in your net, and then he goes and dies at an early age. Why did this have to happen to him? Would you quit putting me down? I'm really starting to get annoyed. Please stop making such negative assumptions towards my unborn child. Look, I was just trying to guess what you've been truly doing. Besides, if you're getting angry, doesn't that mean I've hit a nerve? You be careful about what you're about to say next, Lauren. The words you just used are also words that are insulting the memory of my husband. See, you're getting angry. You're hiding something. I know it. So you're definitely sure that the child in you is my brother's kid? Okay, that's it. I'm done with this. I can't deal with your insults any longer, Lauren. I am done with this conversation. Okay, come on. Wait 1 minute, Bonnie. I'm not finished with this conversation yet. Well, I am. I'm ending it. I don't see much point in carrying on the conversation if all you're going to do is insult me and my unborn child. I'm really sorry about yesterday. I was being rude and the blood completely rushed to my head. I assume that you still want me to move out of my house? You are being more than rude, Bonnie. You never listen to anyone and you're so stubborn. Of course I want you out of the house. But I don't get it. Why do you want me out of there so much? Can you please tell me honestly what is the reason for this? Oh my God, Bonnie, how many times do I actually have to tell you? It's your fault that my brother isn't here with us anymore. If you did your job of being a wife properly, his illness could have been prevented. You've failed as a wife. Okay. You also said you think that my child I'm pregnant with is the result of an affair, right? Do you seriously think that? I wouldn't put it past you. It's an absolute possibility that the child isn't my brother's. A wife who uses work as an excuse to not be in the house is obviously suspicious. No matter what way you look at it, it's dodgy. You totally could have had an affair and my brother would have had no idea. That's such a terrible thing to say. I loved your brother with all my heart. I would never cheat on him. How dare you accuse me of that? I guess you really hate me a lot if you're making accusations like that about me and my unborn child. I thought I could class you as my sister that I could go to for anything and be supported. I guess I can't do that anymore. My brother's no longer on this earth, and you're not a part of this family anymore. Now get a move on and leave the house. Your parents must be waiting for you at your real home. With you out of the picture, I can take over the house. Oh, Lauren, I forgot to mention something to you. The family is looking at this conversation you and I are having right now. Is that all right with you? I just need to tell them what's going on so I can get things in order.
Family? What family are you even talking about?
Well, it's actually your mom and dad who are reading the messages you've just sent me. Also, my parents came from their house to be with me.
Excuse me, what? Are you serious? My parents and your parents are both at your house right now?
I was actually thinking of going back to my parents' house for a bit, so my parents came over to pick me up. But I thought, before doing that, I'd catch up with my mother-in-law to see how she's doing.
Are you telling me that my parents can see every single message I've sent to you? You showed them our private conversation?
Yes, they have. I guess I should have told you sooner that our conversation was being watched.
How dare you not tell me? That's a breach of my privacy. You're so horrible, you never consider anyone else's feelings.
No, that would be you, Lauren. You really wanted my house, didn't you? Well, it's what my husband left to me and his child.
All you needed to do was leave, quietly. But now you're trying to lure my parents into taking your side?
Well, your father also said that there was nothing that could have been done to save my husband, but you continue to blame me for his death. You know that if I could have helped my husband, then I would have done everything in my power to save him.
Are you acting right now? I can't believe this crap you're saying. You're just being like this because my parents are standing right in front of you.
What's that supposed to mean? Why would I act out my true feelings about this? It wouldn't make sense.
You've got some cheek talking to me like that. Up until yesterday, you were so angry.
Because I was desperately trying to fight back. My heart was screaming so loud. I just wanted it all to stop. I needed to stop you saying such cruel things. I just wonder why you've got so much to say.
Stop making up lies. I haven't done anything. You're not as weak as I thought you were.
You're the one who's fabricating information to make me look bad. I've had enough of it.
Saying things like my child was made during an affair? Really, Lauren? How could you sink so low? If you really doubt me, then I'll do a DNA test, shall I? I don't know. What's happening with my parents, Bonnie? How are they reacting? Well, of course they're furious with how you're treating me. They said that you're being disrespectful and heartless. What the heck? I'm allowed to say how I feel. Are they seriously becoming allies with you now or something? Why are they being like this? I'm their daughter. They should be on my side. This is despicable. I am outraged. Why do you always act like the cute, innocent one in all situations?
The cute, innocent one? What's that supposed to mean? You're the one who's treating me like crap, Lauren. Do you think what you're accusing me of is important?
My parents were the ones who provided the deposit so that you could get the house, right? And now they're taking your side? Stop dragging them away from me. Without a husband, you shouldn't be a part of this family. You're nobody to us.
Well, my father-in-law trusts me and doesn't want me out of the family. You know, there was a time that your brother never left his room before he married me, right? He was so worried about his relationships with colleagues at work and he got super depressed.
What's that got to do with anything, Bonnie? You're going completely off topic.
At the time he was about to give up on life, I noticed something strange about his actions and did everything I could to stop him from taking his life. Your parents were really grateful for what I did for him. He was going through a really bad time mentally, and I helped him through it.
I had no idea that any of that happened to my brother. I was never told.
Because I didn't want to worry you about him, but my husband also asked me to not tell you anything. Because of this, your parents have taken good care of me.
My brother didn't want to tell me that he was depressed?
Now do you understand what's going on? It looks like now you're standing on the edge of a cliff. That puts you in a really bad position, Lauren. Well, it looks like I'll be going back to my hometown. I just got a message from your parents. They want me to go back to my parents' house right now.
What? Really? Did my parents say anything else to you apart from that?
It looks like they're going to stop supporting their daughter. You're a yoga teacher, right? You want to have more independence, yeah?
Does that mean they're going to stop financially supporting me? They can't do that.
Not only that, but they no longer consider you their daughter.
They can't just do that to me. I was born into this family, and no matter what, I am still their daughter.
Well, your mother said that they plan on using up as much money as possible while they're still alive. They don't want you to inherit anything or steal their money like you've tried to steal my house.
Are you kidding me right now? They wouldn't go that far, surely. They've got nothing to be angry about. I didn't do anything.
You literally tried to take advantage of my husband's death and steal his house from his pregnant wife. Of course they're allowed to be angry at you for that. And your parents consider me as a benefactor since I was your brother's wife.
That's a huge problem. I'll never be able to survive if they don't give me any money. How am I supposed to save up for anything?
Figure it out yourself, Lauren. You're an adult, remember? You can do everything on your own now since you wanted to be independent. If you want anything, you're going to have to buy it yourself, not get the money from mom or dad.
Shut up, Bonnie. This is all your fault. You've made my parents turn against me.
Don't you think you've brought that on yourself, Lauren? Get your own source of income. You're a grown-up.
Okay, can't we just make up? Be sisters again. You know what I said to you was just a joke, right?
You want us to be friendly again and be sisters? Not a chance, Lauren. You burnt that bridge a long time ago.
How dare you? You've got no strength. You rely on my parents to fight for you. You've got no way to survive on your own.
I've got a lot of people supporting me, Lauren. I'm allowed to protect myself from people like you. My late husband is the one who gives me strength every day to keep going. After that, my baby was born in my hometown. My parents worried what would happen to me, but I still returned to my house after my baby was born. While I was away, my in-laws would sometimes clean the house for me. I heard that Lauren was scrambling to find money since she'd been cut off. She ended up being scammed and was several $1,000s in debt. Her business was a failure and ended up incurring even more debt. Even when she was lost as to what to do, her parents never lent a hand. Her parents usually come by to my house. They're grateful to be able to spend time with their grandchild. They also want me to remarry whenever I find the right guy. I want to celebrate with them on the past events that happened, as they're truly honest and loving people that have helped me through tough times. I can't believe there was someone like Lauren in their family. I'll continue to live in this house that my husband left me and tell my child how wonderful their father was.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.